to the Reality of Jvrse channel, where we bring your reality face to face with you, man. Hey, I don't know if y'all seen. If you ain't looked, I don't know how you can miss it. We got 10,000 subscribers. Yes, that's right. 10K. 10,000. That's still crazy. I've been thinking about that all day. It is insane. 10,000 subscribers, man. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. God is amazing above all else. I truly thank him for the direction that I'm going in, and we just getting started. There's way more people to reach. Way more people to reach. But we got a nice, I believe we got a nice special treat today. We got a Jvrse Reacts video that's dropping today. I think my last couple videos that I did was some Jvrse Unspoken. I actually want to look real quick just to make sure I'm not tripping. Let me look on here real fast and see what we got. Because I wanted to drop more. We got some other stuff that's coming soon. I'm going to go ahead and elaborate on it now. So when we actually do drop it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't, surprised. Or actually, we already did drop it. We got Jvrse Insights. So Jvrse Insights is basically me dropping what I believe, my information, straight off rip to you all. My ideas, my thoughts, right? Just straight up in a video. And Jvrse Unspoken from here on out, if it hasn't been before, will all be conversational based. So it'll be conversations that I may have with another person, but they're unspoken conversations that maybe you don't get an opportunity to hear unless you're actually in a Discord with me or in the physical to have these conversations. All right. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, today we're doing a reaction video. Today's reaction is coming from my boy Chris, which is my brother. Y'all know him. I'll link him down in the description so y'all can check him out on some of his socials on Twitter and TikTok, different stuff like that. Cool dude, you know what I'm saying? Streamer, content creator, you know what I'm saying? Part of also the co-leader of Ultimate Potential. So y'all can check in with him. But in today's video, man, we reacting to some Katt Williams, man. I don't know what is going to be said in this video. It says here, Katt Williams explains why God exists. So we're going to hear what he has to say. We're going to give our solid reaction. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, share it with somebody. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything going on with your boy Jvrse here on the Reality of Jvrse. And without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump into this, y'all. Let's do it.
The fact that there is a God is the biggest conversation worldwide, but the truth of the matter is there is more reason for you to believe there is a God than there is for you to not. The fact that it was already set up on this planet for there to be medicines for us to find and to utilize. And you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's not like, oh, yeah, so he made a cow. No, to make a cow, it means you had to also have made grass. And it means you would have had to have invented a whole new eating system for this animal, which was cud. And that means you would then have to have given him 3 stomachs to be able to, and you would have to have known that he was going to then emit a gas that was going to be necessary on the planet. Like, like none of these things
fertilizer
are right. The fact that everything goes together is how you know.
We're going to watch it back one more time. Y'all know I ain't got too much to say about this. Down here it says God exists. Katt Williams explains why it's irrational to think otherwise, which is primarily what it says up here. We're going to read it one more time. I actually want to read a couple of these comments too, which is something that we don't normally do. But I want to read a couple of these comments and then I'll give my full reaction. Let's do it.
The fact that there is a God is the biggest conversation worldwide, but the truth of the matter is there is more reason for you to believe there is a God than there is for you to not. The fact that it was already set up on this planet for there to be medicines for us to find and to utilize. And you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's not like, oh, yeah, so he made a cow. No, to make a cow, it means you had to also have made grass. And it means you would have had to have invented a whole new eating system for this animal, which was cud. And that means you would you would then have to have given him 3 stomachs to be able to, and you would have to have known that he was going to then emit a gas that was going to be necessary on the planet. Like, yeah, like none of these things
fertilizer
are right. The fact that everything goes together is how you know.
So, with that being said, let's read a couple of these comments and let's kind of just dive into this just a little bit. So, we have the first comment, obviously, which is the title of this Instagram reel, which says Katt Williams explains why God exists. Somebody said the human brain alone is too complex to be made on accident or by chance. I don't disagree. This person says, I'm not religious. I'm also an engineer via academia. I've studied space, quantum physics, etc. And it's like the more I learn, the more I'm convinced that there is a God. Like it almost violates the laws of physics for there not to be. Who one may perceive God to be may vary. However, the existence of God seems pretty clear to me. So that's an opinion from this person. And obviously it is fact that is really based on what you want to believe in, that there is a God. But yeah, let's keep going. And like he said, everyone knows the recipe to water, yet no one can create it. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's true. I pity those saying God doesn't exist. Wait until you see the wonders of the Lord. And that is something that you have to be open to receive. God is standing just like this, and he's waiting for us to receive him. And when we deny him, he's a gentleman. I'm going to hold the door open for you, but I mean, I'm not going to beg you to walk through it. I'm really not even going to get upset at you if you don't walk through it. I'm just holding the door open for you. That's what gentlemen do. I like to look at God the same way. Says here, if you ever had a quote unquote near-death experience, then you know God exists. Now act stupid and play with it and find out. Yeah, he real. Okay. For everybody believing in their ancestors and the universe. Okay, it's kind of like a slight to them. He said a God, not a certain brand of God. Okay, I get what he means there. So it's a lot of people that, try to level God to maybe polytheistic gods or the God of this, the God of that. And generally speaking, there is a God. And I would have he capitalized a God, capital A, capital God, because multiple gods in my mind would cause confusion, would cause things to misalign because there's multiple minds and different ideas. But when you think about a monotheistic God, there was one plan, a specific idea for how things were going to work, and then it was all crafted together when all things were made. So that's the reason why I personally think that there is only one God, that there is a monotheistic believing or idea that I have in reference. But let's keep going. I'm gonna read one more and then I'll give my full opinion about what we heard. I choose to call his name Jesus. Ooh-wee. I get excited when I hear that name. God is definitely real. When you experience the presence of God, it is going to change your life forever. God is everything and more. I want to read this one and then we'll read two more. I'm sorry. A lot of intentionality went to creation. If that's not proof, I don't know what else is. Agreed. I never noticed how much he speaks with so much intelligence until he started being on these podcasts. I always just seen the funny side of him. I love to see it. So I want to tackle both of those. That last comment kind of led me to a point that I wanted to make specifically with Katt Williams and other influencers of our time. So Y'all already know my stance. I don't really have to dive too deep into that. Y'all know where I stand in the form of, is there a God? Obviously there is, and I serve him. I do my best to serve him day in and day out. Obviously we all fall short of the glory, but God is still on the throne. He definitely exists. He has definitely shown his favor in my life, my family's life, my friends' life. He has saved me on occasion. Every day, actually, not occasion. He has saved me every day from myself, from different things in the world that are out of my control. Even in a form of avoiding just things that are just gonna happen. He has saved me. And I say to the person who maybe is an atheist and maybe doesn't believe in God, or maybe the person who's ignorant to the fact that there is a God, try him. A lot of times I've said in previous videos, a lot of times when you want to discover if God is real, just talk to him. Tell God that you want to know who he is, that you want him to show you who he is. And God has a funny way of identifying himself and showing up when he's called on. In a much unexpected way. He does things to blow your mind, to show you that he is in control and not these things that he created. He created the universe. The universe doesn't control him. There's not a single thing that happens that he doesn't allow, that he didn't put an ordinance of. So I love God. He's amazing. The ultimate being, as I love to describe him. He made all of us. He made everything that lives and has a form on this earth. And I'm thankful for it. I don't really have much to say. Katt Williams, I do want to say this and just kind of add to it, like I stated earlier. Katt Williams, like a lot of these influencers and great celebrities, they have individual personalities. They're not just the comic that you see on TV or that you see, on your, computer screen, your phone, whatever. They're not who you think they are. These people are actually a lot more intelligent than what we give them credit for. And I love that we're seeing a side of Katt Williams that is not just in a form of a comic, but is, first of all, it's professional in a lot of aspects. Obviously, he curses and does things that is technically unprofessional, but he speaks from a very intellectual standpoint. And he speaks on a level where you actually can see he asserts himself into conversations that you can see how educated he is, and not only how educated he is, but how intelligent he is, to think on his own and think freely, not in a controlled sense or in a trained or taught sense. Like, he really went and learned for himself. He educated for himself, and then he educated himself, and then he gained a certain level of intelligence off of maybe what he learned and even with the experience from himself. And when I say from himself, God came in, and I think he really allows God to use him and direct this path and take him down the path that he's supposed to go. And I think because of that, this is why we see this intellectual being. I give kudos and mad respect to Katt Williams for, first of all, speaking his mind, and being a public figure in this period of time that will say sometimes, he says stuff and I don't necessarily agree, more so with the way that he says things. But this is really a man, honestly, from my personal opinion, that does not lie a lot. You know what I'm saying? He tells a lot more of the truth than lies, even in a sense that some stuff is just like, man, like, you didn't have to, put this person out there like that. But a lot of time it's truths that he's speaking. And we all fall short of the glory. We all have our, mishaps and, different things that happen that, can discredit us. But I would like to look at Katt Williams as a very credible individual, especially in form of a celebrity in 2024. So I'll leave on that note. If you enjoyed this video, man, make sure that you hit the like button, share this video with somebody. And like always, man, keep on sharing each and every video. I've noticed a lot more viewership that's been coming through shares. And I really appreciate you guys for sharing these videos with the people that you love, the people that wouldn't mind checking out the content and, you know, being able to gain them. Quick shout out to Ashley. Thank you so much for all of your love and support hitting the comment section. Shout out to my mother. Shout out to my second auntie, as I love to call her, basically adopted auntie, Miss Hardwick. Thank you so much for all of your love and support, and many more of you that are always in my comment section showing more love to the page than I could ever expect. And that I'm just grateful. I love you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and head out, man. Thank y'all for all the love and support. Thanks again for 10,000 subscribers, 25K by May. I love the sound of that. It rhymes. I love the sound of that. 25K by May. Let's make it happen. Let's get out there. Let's create new perspectives and reach our ultimate potential, and ultimately bring our reality face to face with ourselves, man. It's your boy Jvrse. I'm heading out. Peace and love.